All right, so let's say you're gearing up for this driller interview, right? And you want to be like totally prepared.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this deep dive is all about. Um, we're going to be using a stack of resources from RoleCatcher
Okay.
to really give you a complete picture of the driller career path. We've got insights into, what drillers actually do on the job,
Yeah.
industry trends, all those kind of tricky interview questions, and even how their AI can give you a little leg up when it comes to prep.
Look, it's almost like having a roadmap,
Yeah,
not even just for acing the interview,
Right.
but for like thriving in this career longer.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ready to drill down, pun intended, into this exciting career path?
I think so. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, first things first.
Okay.
What exactly is a driller?
When you think about a driller, you're thinking about those massive drilling rigs
Right.
that are used in mineral exploration.
Uh-huh.
Well, drillers are the ones who set them up and operate them. They're also involved in shot firing operations
Oh, wow.
and even construction projects.
So it's really a hands-on job.
Very hands-on,
Yeah.
often in pretty demanding environments.
That leads perfectly into, I think, our first sample interview question here,
Okay.
which is a classic.
Hmm.
What made you interested in pursuing a career in drilling?
Right.
Might seem like a softball question,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's really your chance to showcase your passion.
Interviewers, they want to see genuine enthusiasm for the field.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher's career guide points out that it's not always, a glamorous job.
Yeah.
It can involve long hours,
Yeah.
physically demanding work,
Mm-hmm.
potential exposure to hazards.
Right.
So you need to show them why you're drawn to this particular career,
Yeah.
despite those challenges.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
What would you say, what stands out to you about the driller career path?
I think for me, it's the impact.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally shaping the world around us, whether it's extracting resources, building infrastructure, or contributing to scientific discoveries.
Yeah.
It's exciting stuff.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
about connecting your interest to the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Yeah. So instead of just saying, I like working outdoors or something,
Yeah.
you could talk about a specific project or experience that really sparked your passion. Maybe you were inspired by, a documentary about mineral exploration.
Yeah.
Or you saw a drilling rig in action as a kid,
That's a good one.
you know?
Yeah. Definitely don't be afraid to get a little personal. Share what excites you about the work,
Yeah.
the challenges you're looking forward to,
Right.
and how you see yourself contributing to the field.
That personal touch can really make your answer stand out.
It does, yeah.
All right, let's move on to a question.
Okay.
That's all about your technical chops.
Okay.
What is your experience with drilling equipment and machinery?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where you need to get specific.
Right. So RoleCatcher's guide emphasizes the importance of hands-on experience.
Okay.
They even list different drilling techniques,
Oh, okay.
like rotary drilling, where you're essentially using a rotating bit to cut through rock, or percussion drilling, which uses a hammering action to break up the material.
Wow.
So if you have experience with any of these, definitely mention it.
And even if you're just starting out,
Right.
you can talk about any relevant training or certifications you have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you assisted on a project or operated smaller scale equipment during your studies.
Yeah, it all shows initiative
Nice.
and a willingness to learn.
And don't just name drop the equipment.
No.
Right.
Explain what you did with it,
Yeah.
the challenges you faced, what you learned from the experience.
It's about demonstrating a genuine understanding of how that machinery works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say the interviewer follows up and says something like,
Okay.
can you describe a time you had to troubleshoot a problem with a drilling rig?
Oh, good one.
How would you approach that?
This is all about staying calm under pressure and applying your knowledge.
Right.
So walk them through your problem-solving process.
Okay.
How did you identify the issue?
Uh-huh.
What steps did you take to diagnose it?
Yeah.
And how did you come up with a solution?
Okay.
The more specific and detailed you are, the better.
All right. Here's a question that's crucial, I think, for any driller.
Okay.
How do you ensure safety on a drilling site?
Mm-hmm.
Now, RoleCatcher is very clear about the importance of safety protocols and compliance with regulations in this role.
For sure.
So what should we keep in mind when we're preparing for this question?
Remember, drilling sites can be hazardous environments.
Right.
So you need to demonstrate that you take safety incredibly seriously.
Okay.
This isn't the time to brag about speed or cutting corners.
Right.
Instead, focus on your meticulous adherence to procedures, risk mitigation, and creating a culture of safety.
All right, so think back to your experiences.
Exactly.
What safety measures have you implemented or observed? Have you conducted, pre-shift inspections?
Yeah,
Enforced the use of personal protective equipment?
for sure.
Or participated in safety training programs?
These are all good things to mention.
Be specific about the protocols you're familiar with and how you've applied them in the past.
Right?
What if the interviewer digs a little deeper and says,
Okay.
what would you do if you noticed a team member not following safety procedures?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to show your leadership skills.
Right.
You could say something like, I believe that safety is everyone's responsibility. If I noticed a team member not following procedures, I would immediately address the situation calmly and directly.
Yeah.
I'd remind them of the importance of the protocols and provide clear instructions on how to correct the behavior. And of course, I'd document the incident and report it to the supervisor following the proper chain of command.
That shows you're not afraid to take charge
Right.
and prioritize safety, even in a potentially uncomfortable situation.
Absolutely.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's touch on how RoleCatcher's AI can give you an edge in your interview prep.
So what's interesting is that their AI can analyze job descriptions and highlight the specific skills and keywords that employers are looking for.
Oh, wow.
It then helps you tailor your answers to match those requirements.
It's like having a personalized cheat sheet for each interview, right?
Yeah, it is.
But it's more than just keywords, right?
It is.
RoleCatcher's AI can also provide feedback on your delivery, your tone,
Right.
even your body language.
It's like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket.
I love that.
It's pretty cool.
All right, we'll dive deeper into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
But for now, let's move on to another key area: understanding the different stages of a driller career path and how to effectively showcase those leadership skills.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So welcome back to our deep dive into becoming a driller.
All right, so before the break, we were talking about how RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor those answers.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty amazing how it analyzes job descriptions to identify those keywords and skills that employers are really looking for.
Right.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for job postings.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond just keywords. RoleCatcher's AI can also give you feedback on how you're actually presenting your answers.
Yeah.
So like your tone, your pace,
Right.
even your body language.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
Yeah. Talk about a confidence boost.
Seriously.
Right. But, technology is just one part of the equation. You still need to put in the work.
Yep.
Research the company, understand the role, and prepare those thoughtful answers that genuinely reflect your skills and experience.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about career progression.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's Guide lays out a pretty clear path from driller's assistant to senior driller
Yeah.
with, increasing responsibilities at each stage.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating is that they provide real-life profiles for each stage.
Oh, wow.
It's like getting a glimpse into the daily routines and challenges of actual drillers at different points in their careers.
Okay, let's imagine you're in the interview.
Okay.
They hit you with this question.
Right.
How do you manage a drilling crew?
Oh.
Now, this one really tests those leadership abilities.
It does. Leadership is a key skill for drillers, especially as you move up the ladder.
Right.
So think about your experiences, even if they're not specifically in a drilling context. Have you ever led a team project, mentored a colleague, or taken initiative to improve a process? Those are all relevant examples that can showcase your leadership qualities.
So what would you say are some of the key leadership qualities that interviewers are probably looking for in a driller?
Definitely strong communication skills, both in terms of giving clear instructions and actively listening to your team.
Right.
You also need to be decisive, able to think on your feet and solve problems under pressure.
Yeah, you got to be able to handle those tough situations.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, creating a positive and collaborative work environment is essential.
Right. Building that team spirit.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say the interviewer follows up with this.
Right.
Can you give me an example of a time you had to resolve a conflict within a team?
Ooh, that's a classic behavioral interview question.
Yeah.
It's all about showing how you handle challenging situations.
Right.
So start by setting the scene, briefly describe the conflict and the roles of the people involved.
Okay.
Then walk them through your process. how did you approach the situation?
Uh-huh.
Did you listen to each person's perspective? Did you facilitate in discussion?
Yeah.
And most importantly, what was the outcome?
Right. What was the resolution?
Exactly. The key is to demonstrate your ability to remain calm, objective, and focused on finding a solution that benefits the whole team.
Yeah, you don't want to take sides or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
Right. Now let's move on to a question that's all about staying ahead of the curve.
All right.
How do you stay up to date with the latest drilling technologies and techniques?
Okay, so the drilling industry is constantly evolving.
Great.
So showing that you're committed to lifelong learning is key.
RoleCatcher offers some good suggestions here, like attending industry conferences, subscribing to relevant publications, or joining online forums.
Those are good ones.
But, you can also highlight your hands-on experience.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe you've taken the initiative to learn a new software program, or a new piece of equipment,
Right.
or perhaps you shadowed a more experienced driller to pick up new techniques.
Yep, those are all good examples.
It's really just about demonstrating your curiosity and your eagerness to expand your skill set.
It is.
Right. What if the interviewer throws a curveball
Okay.
and asks about a specific technology that you're not familiar with?
In that situation, honesty is the best policy.
Okay.
Don't try to bluff your way through it.
Right.
Instead, acknowledge that you haven't had experience with that particular technology yet, but express your enthusiasm for learning new things.
Okay.
You could say something like, well, I haven't worked with that system yet. I'm a quick learner, and I'm always eager to expand my skill set.
Right.
I've been following the developments in that area with great interest, and I'm confident that I could quickly get up to speed.
That shows initiative and a willingness to embrace those new challenges,
It does, yeah.
which are highly valuable qualities in any field, especially one as dynamic as drilling. Now let's talk about a question that can really make or break an interview.
Okay, hit me.
Can you walk me through your experience with directional drilling?
So this is where things get really interesting.
All right.
Directional drilling is a specialized technique that allows drillers to steer the drill bit along a curved path
Oh, wow.
instead of just straight down.
Okay.
It's used for a variety of purposes, like reaching oil and gas deposits that are located under obstacles, or drilling horizontally to increase production.
So what if I don't have direct experience with directional drilling yet?
That's okay. Not every driller position requires expertise in directional drilling,
Right.
but you should still be able to demonstrate a basic understanding of the technique.
Okay.
RoleCatcher actually provides a detailed guide on directional drilling,
Oh, cool.
which covers the principles, the equipment, and the applications.
Okay.
So even if you haven't had hands-on experience, you can still show that you've taken the time to learn about this important area of the field.
Right. And if you do have experience with directional drilling,
Yeah,
this is your chance to shine.
absolutely.
Talk about specific projects, the challenges you overcame,
Right.
and the outcomes you achieved.
Exactly.
Did you successfully navigate a particularly complex well path? Did you contribute to a project that increased production or reduced environmental impact?
Those are the details that will impress the interviewer.
And don't forget to mention those soft skills
Yeah,
involved in directional drilling,
right.
like teamwork, communication, problem solving. It's a highly collaborative process.
It is.
So highlighting your ability to work effectively with other team members is essential.
For sure.
Okay, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's just take a moment to recap what we've covered so far.
Right.
We've talked about showcasing your passion for drilling, highlighting those technical skills and experience,
Right.
demonstrating your leadership abilities, and staying up to date with the latest industry trends.
Yeah, it's a lot to cover.
We've also explored how RoleCatcher's resources, including their AI-powered tools,
Yeah,
can really give you a serious advantage in your interview prep.
for sure.
But there's one more crucial area we need to address.
Okay.
How to convince the interviewer that you can get the job done efficiently,
Right.
effectively, and within budget.
Yeah, that's important.
And that's where we'll pick things up in the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
All right, so welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from technical skills to leadership qualities. But now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what really matters to those employers.
Okay.
Results.
Results, yeah.
And specifically, how you can ensure that those drilling operations are completed on time and, within budget.
Yeah, this is where your skills and experience really come together.
Right.
RoleCatcher really highlights the importance of efficiency and effectiveness in drilling operations.
It's not just about drilling the hole, right?
Right.
It's about doing it strategically
Exactly.
and managing those resources wisely.
It's a big picture kind of thing.
So when you get hit with that question,
Okay.
how do you ensure drilling operations are completed on time and on budget?
Right.
What's the best way to approach it?
I would think of it as a mini project management presentation.
Good.
You want to showcase your understanding of the entire process,
Hmm.
from the planning and preparation to the execution and monitoring.
All right, so break it down for them.
Exactly.
Start by talking about meticulous planning.
Yeah.
So carefully reviewing that project plan, assessing those site conditions, making sure you have the necessary equipment and resources.
It shows you're organized and proactive.
Right, not just diving in head first.
Exactly. And then emphasize clear communication with your team, setting realistic timelines for each phase of the operation.
Okay, but it doesn't stop there.
And
Drilling's full of unexpected challenges, right?
it is, yeah.
You got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, you need to show them you're adaptable and can handle those curveballs.
So let's say we're in the interview.
Okay.
The interviewer asks, can you give me an example of a time a drilling operation went off track and how you handle it?
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah.
This is your chance to really shine as a problem solver.
Okay.
Think about a time you faced a difficult situation.
Right.
Maybe a piece of equipment malfunctioned,
Yeah.
or weather conditions delayed progress,
Mm-hmm.
or you encountered some unexpected geological formations.
Happens all the time.
Oh yeah, briefly describe the problem, highlighting the impact it had on the project timeline or budget.
So I'd explain how I assessed the situation,
Yes.
consulted with my team,
Uh-huh.
and then came up with a revised plan.
Exactly. Emphasize those key skills.
Okay.
Quick thinking, adaptability, and effective communication.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to make a tough decision under pressure?
Right.
Did you find a creative solution that saved time or resources?
These are the details that'll really make your answer memorable.
They are.
It's all about showing them that you can handle the unexpected,
Right.
keep the project moving forward,
Yep.
even when things get tough.
It's a tough job.
Now let's go back to RoleCatcher's career guide for a moment.
Okay.
Have those helpful example profiles
They do?
for different career stages.
Yes, and those can be incredibly useful for tailoring your answer
Yeah.
to the specific role you're applying for. So if you're going for a more senior position, you'll want to draw on experiences where you managed larger projects, mentored junior drillers, or even implemented new technologies to improve efficiency.
So for instance, I could say something like,
Yeah.
in my previous role as a senior driller, I was responsible for overseeing a complex offshore drilling project with a tight deadline and strict environmental regulations.
Okay.
By implementing a new drilling technique and optimizing our logistics, we were able to complete the project ahead of schedule and under budget,
Wow.
while minimizing our impact on the marine environment.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
It showcases your leadership, your problem-solving skills, and your commitment to safety and sustainability.
All in one concise answer.
That's the way to do it.
It's all about connecting your experience
Right.
to those specific requirements and values of the company you're interviewing with.
Absolutely.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I think it's important to emphasize something that RoleCatcher mentions throughout their guide.
Right?
The importance of continuous learning and development.
Oh, absolutely.
The drilling industry is constantly evolving.
It is.
New technologies and techniques emerging all the time.
Yeah, you got to stay ahead of the curve.
So you need to demonstrate that you're not just content with the status quo. You're actively seeking out opportunities to learn, grow,
Right.
and stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
So how would you answer the question, how do you stay up to date with the latest advancements in drilling technology?
Don't just rattle off a list of conferences and publications.
Okay.
Go deeper. Talk about specific areas of interest,
Right.
new technologies you're excited about, or skills you're currently developing.
Okay.
Maybe you're fascinated by the potential of automation in drilling, or you're passionate about finding more sustainable drilling practices.
Right.
Whatever it is, let your enthusiasm shine through.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's about showing them that you're not just looking for a job, but a career.
A career, yeah.
One where you can contribute to the advancement of the field.
Exactly. This industry is all about pushing boundaries and finding new solutions.
Yeah.
Embrace that spirit of innovation and let your passion for the work shine through.
All right, so there you have it.
There it is.
We've explored the ins and outs of the driller career path.
We have.
tackled those tough interview questions,
Yeah.
and even learned how RoleCatcher's resources can give you a serious edge in your preparation.
It's a great resource.
You're now armed with the knowledge and strategies to walk into that interview with confidence
You are.
and show them why you're the right person for the job.
Absolutely.
Now remember, it's not just about what you know,
It's not.
it's about how you present yourself.
It is, yeah.
Your enthusiasm, your problem-solving abilities,
Right.
and your commitment to continuous learning.
Couldn't agree more.
Those are the qualities that'll make you stand out from the competition.
For sure.
And who knows?
No knows.
Maybe you'll be leading those groundbreaking drilling projects of the future.
Maybe so.
Good luck out there.
Good luck.